Hi, I'm Jade from Espressotec Sales and Service. Today we're going to be doing a video featuring the Rancilio Rocky. This applies to both the doser and doserless versions. And today we're going to do a video featuring, how to clean it, like how to take it apart to clean out the grinder thoroughly. And at that time we'll also show you how to change the burrs if need be. Other than that, reassembly, and we'll call it a day. So first things first, if your grinder is not grinding fine enough, first recalibrate it. Check out our video on that. After recalibration, if it's still not grinding fine enough, pretty much most likely it's going to be that your burrs are needing to be replaced. Other than that, when you're cleaning it, it's good to give it a nice thorough clean. You can just put it on a medium setting and run some grinds cleaner through it, but nothing beats a nice thorough cleaning, which will help keep your grinder running smoothly forever. So first things first, for this we don't really need power, so I'm going to unplug the unit and take off the lid. Then I'm going to take off the top hopper with the 3 screws right here. I like to leave it at pretty much the 0 setting, because that way when I reassemble it, I know to reassemble it with pretty much the burrs touching. So all you need is a simple little flathead. Sometimes beans will get in here, and it's always nice to vacuum it out, but you can usually just fight through the beans. There you go. So you can just remove the finger guard by itself. That's what this is, a finger guard. But I just removed the whole item in one piece. I'll place that aside. And now this upper burr ring holder here, you just want to be gentle with it, but just remove it. Simple righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So just keep rotating it counterclockwise and it will come out. Do be careful when you're doing this. It's very, very easy to cut yourself, as I've done numerous times. The stainless steel on the inner edge here is quite sharp. Well, not this edge here, but this whole back half is quite sharp, so when you're rotating it's really easy to just cut open your hand. Not fun at all. So again, if there's a snag, if it stops, if it's really hard at a point, be careful. This is a brass piece right here, so it's very easy to damage it, and in fact, sometimes if a rock nut bolt gets jammed in here, it can deform the grinder plate. So once you loosen it, top pops off here. Places to clean, the side ears. This will fill up with coffee, so there are 3 of them around the burr itself. Also, you can actually pop off the burrs and clean behind them, but to remove this burr, it's just 3 flat heads. So 1, 2, 3, you take those off, the burr comes out, and you can change that top burr. When you're changing the burrs out, thoroughly clean behind them. If there's a bit of coffee, a speck of dirt, it won't be perfectly flat. And if the burrs aren't flat on one end, if one end's a little raised than the other end, the grinding surface won't be even, so you won't really get a consistent grind. So that's the top upper burr. The lower burr is in here. So over here you see this area can be cleaned out. This is what rotates to grind your coffee. So you want to clean out the side wall. See these threadings? I'm going to clean it out. Sometimes they build up with coffee, so I usually take a nice little dental pick. A brush will also clean it out. I also clean this area here and around and give it a nice thorough clean and get rid of the old coffee oil. To remove the lower burr, the trick is to use, I believe this is a 14 mil. You use a 14 mil nut driver to hold the burr, the motor steady while you loosen these 3. Otherwise, if you go to loosen it, it'll wiggle around. Another tip too is when you're taking these screws off, either the top or the bottom, what you want to do is you want to clean around it and also clean out the surface, because these are very tight, so you don't want to be stripping it. If you strip one of these screws, you pretty much have to Dremel out the head, so you asked for a world of work. So just be careful, do the prep work, clean out the screws before attempting, use a properly sized flathead before attempting to remove these screws. Otherwise it's going to be a lot more work you're creating for yourself. So let's assume everything's been cleaned up, everything's good to go, and we're going to be reinserting it. What you want to do is take your upper burr, and you don't want to be careful with the spot. You don't want to be cross-threading anything. Just make sure that it's properly lined up before you start tightening it in. There you go. And just like the loosening portion, just be careful. Don't want to cut yourself. If you have a pair of mechanics gloves, then definitely do wear them. But basically, I'll tighten it down until I see the lower burr move, and then back it off. So the lower burr starts to move right about now, so I know that the burrs will be touching if I did run this. I'm going to back it off till one of the screw holes is in the front center position, and that's going to be set up for calibration as well too. So I'm going to take this up right here. As you see the 0 marking where you want the burrs to touch, it does have that screw hole in the front. So doing this, it's a bit of the calibration. If you need more information on how to properly calibrate it, do watch the calibration video, but this will do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and tighten those 3 screws. So as mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a Rancilio Rocky doserless, the 2011 edition onwards. It's got that removable tray as well, for easy cleaning. But all these steps are applicable to the Rocky doserless as well. So doserless, and also these steps will apply to the older Rockies as well. They haven't really changed much for the hopper and calibration assembly. The latest ones, the brand new ones, are slightly different. But other than that, that's pretty much how you would take apart your Rancilio Rocky to clean it thoroughly. That's how you would take it apart to change the burrs out if you need to change the burrs out. So thanks for checking out our video, and please subscribe, check us out on YouTube or Twitter, and stay tuned for our next one.